Hey everyone! Today I am back with a scrapbooking video. This was from a day in South Africa where we just stayed at the house all day. This picture here I took when I woke up in the morning. That is my feet under the blankets. That is the view from our bed. And then this picture, that's the bedroom that we stayed in right there. Gorgeous place. And this picture here was taken from that living room up there. And that day we got to see so many dolphins and a seal just kind of playing around in the bay. So I had to take pictures and videos. Now I wanted to start with white, but I don't actually have white cardstock, so this is just like the flimsy paper that comes in the scrapbook album. Anyways, I'm using some Marina Mist Stampin' Up! Ink, and I just wanted to kind of make some water on the page, being that most of these pictures are, well, this whole thing was of me standing out on the deck watching the dolphins and the seal play. So I just wanted to have some blue of the water kind of across both the pages. So I'm just lining the pages up here and seeing if I've got enough blue on there. I needed a little bit more. I went a little heavy-handed there, but that's okay. I will end up covering that up with a dolphin picture or a seal picture. Now my idea for these was to cut circles out with this Prism Studios stitched circle die. So I've got a ton of little circles, so I'm just kind of lining everything back up again and seeing how they all fit, seeing if I needed to ink up any more water or if it's good. I also have this really old strip of Recollections paper, and so I pulled out two different blues, and I'm just going to rip them each in half to kind of mimic some waves. And then I'm going to layer them up on the page and tuck the pictures kind of underneath, the two pictures, kind of a little bit underneath the waves. Line everything up again because I moved the pictures up slightly because of that paper. I think I did need to ink a little bit more blue onto the pages. So you'll see me do that here in just a moment once I get everything kind of lined up. But first I'm going to grab my title, which is actually a sticker from a very old sticker set that I have. And it's one that just says relaxation, which was perfect for this day. It really was such a relaxing day. Anyways, getting the last of the blue ink on there, and then I'm pulling out a brand new product. Yesterday I was at my local scrapbook store and I bought this Spellbinders Splatter Effects Sparkle. And guys, this is gorgeous. I've never used this before, but I love it so much. So I'm just clearing off all of the pictures because I wanted to add some sparkle onto the water because the water really did sparkle. But look at that, it's so pretty. I am going to be using this a lot, I think, on scrapbooking and card making. So pretty. I just really love sparkly things. And this stuff actually dries really fast too. So I'm just kind of layering up everything again. I always need that visual of how it looks. So I decided to use my Tombow double-sided adhesive, and I'm just adding it on the bottom of the strips so that I can still tuck things into the little, like in behind the strips there. And I did have to tear a tiny little bit more off of one of those darker blue strips, just where they met up. It didn't really fit well, so I just tore a tiny little piece off of the one. And then I will use the double-sided adhesive and stick these pieces both down. And once these are both stuck on here, I did decide to take that sparkle again and add some to those strips. Okay, so now it is time to add the pictures onto the page again, making sure I have the placement the way I want them. And this seal that I'm placing down right now, he came pretty much every day. I guess his dinner was around in that area because we saw the seal every day. The dolphins we only saw some of the days. They weren't there every day, but it really was so relaxing just to sit and watch them. So I'm just playing around with the placement a little bit, and then I think I go ahead and add the sticker. Yes, I'm just going to use my T-square ruler there to kind of line up so that I get it pretty straight. Stick that down. And then off camera, I did stick all the little circle pictures on. And off screen, I also journaled on some scrapbook paper and then added some sparkles around where that journaling strip is going to go, and pulled out a few little ephemera bits. That is literally the hardest part for me, is ephemera. Choosing what to put, where to put it. And honestly, I don't have a lot of it. I have a lot of stickers that I've had for like years. And really right now, I don't have the budget to go out and buy a bunch of new stuff, so I'm using up what I have, which I think is what we're supposed to do, right? Use up what you've purchased over the years. And so this is going to be very simple. I'm focusing basically on the pictures here and just added a little tiny bit of ephemera in that one corner, a small cluster. I am planning to scrapbook every week this year. That's my goal, and I will get better with placing the ephemera. But here are the finished pages, the finished layout. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, peaceful day.